Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. This is Home Lee, and I'm going to take a quick moment of your time and talk a little bit about my EndWar Loadout as it is shaping up to be, and then if anything changes, I'll update you guys after EndWar when I make the decision. But then I'm going to show you guys a little project that I'm going to be working on between now and EndWar. I've been trying to decide what blasters to take, and the build that I'm going to be working on is one that I had hoped to be able to put together and take to EndWar, but I thought about a few different options and a few different things going on, and I decided to go by the KISS principle, keep it simple, stupid, and I'm going to kind of simplify things because I'm not going to be there for the whole HVZ portion. I'm going to go up for FoamCon, probably going to participate a little bit on Saturday morning, early afternoon Saturday possibly if things go right, and then leave Saturday late afternoon, early evening. So trying to keep things as simple and as lightweight as possible and not haul a bunch of stuff with me for this. But as I stated in my last video, I have decided to take my Artemis. This is essentially a stock Artemis. I have the pump grip from Out of Darts and also the stock point, and the way I'm planning on running it right now is with the blue worker stock on it. If I were to have the money and it were to come out before then, running a Hades might be an option, but at this point I'm going to be running my Artemis, be running some headshot ammo. So a natural sidearm choice for that would have been my Kronos. With the door delete, the grip, the K26, the 6-round mod, all of that. It would seem like almost a natural choice to use as a backup. Use Rival to back up Rival. But the more I thought about it, the more I thought, well, Rival can't do everything. Yeah, HVZ is going to be close and personal most of the time, so you're going to have things going on, and Rival works good at short to mid-range. Well, going about it backwards. And I really like those 3D printed solid fast draw drop leg holsters, but to me, using Rival to back up Rival isn't necessarily the best option. I did consider Rough Cut. This is one that I've had around since the time Elite come out. It's bone stock. I thought about using it in case I needed something where darts would come in handy, but then I also thought it might not have the range that I was needing. Another option that I considered was the Adventure Force Havoc. I've got some extra clips, and I'm going to order a few extra of the clips for this. But this is a pretty mean little blaster if you've not ever used one. It doesn't have slam fire, but it you can operate it decently quick, and it does have good performance, good range on it. It's a nice little blaster, but it still wasn't exactly what I'm looking for. So I was thinking through the rest of my arsenal, trying to figure out what would be the best option. And here in my Guerrilla Tacti-Cool holster, got a cyclone shock. This is bone stock cyclone shock. New out of the box, actually, on this one. This is one I'd bought a couple of months back, caught some on sale, and bought up a couple of them just to have some extras around. I am probably going to run this using megas. I know I was told last year they didn't have any special infected that exactly required megas, or that megas didn't really help in the situation. So I debated about not going with mega, but I really like mega rounds, and in case there are any special infected, usually a mega dart can help with that. I'm going to do some socks also, but a cyclone shock is a nice little addition. I may use some of the worker barrel inserts, and I am going to do a spring upgrade on this to get me a little more range. I had been tempted. I have a freshly printed 3-shot shotgun cylinder, elite cylinder. I had been tempted to pop in this to use, but I think I'm going to keep it single dart. And again, I may go down to elites with the worker barrel inserts, but I'm probably going to keep it mega. And then lastly, for my loadout, I wanted something where I could kind of reach out and touch people in case I needed some long range stuff, or needed a last ditch blaster. And I thought about my K26 brass messenger. These are such a nice little pistol. Everybody loves a good messenger pistol. I was tempted to use that, but I've decided to buck the system a little bit and go with the Boomco M6. This does have K26 in it. It does have the dart lock cut out, as you can see. Don't need to do that very much. Dry fire it and hurt anything. And then this is a 3D printed dart holder that I got a while back from Atch Attachments. That was before I knew that Boomtendo was selling them himself. Atch Attachments does a good job with this. I've got one ordered from Boomtendo that I'm going to put on another M6 that I'm building. But this is a pretty good, pretty handy little pistol, and I figured this could be a good little possible last ditch blaster for me. The messenger's still in the running. It's not completely out, but I think I'm gonna carry the M6, and I did get this in the little armor pack. So that's essentially what my loadout's going to be for EndWar. The Artemis, the Cyclone Shock, and the M6. Those are some blasters that I know I can rely on. They're good. They have a bit of punch. All of them do. The Artemis has good slam fire, has a pretty good form factor, and with that stock, it's a pretty easy to use blaster. Now, the build that I'm working on is a Strife. And I know I've showed you guys the Rapid Red that I've been working on, and I think I'm about to get some things straightened up on it and be finished with that build. And then again, I've got a Fearless Fire that I'm working on, but this Strife is going to be my next step up. And again, this is going to be my build, so I'm going to be using the black resin casted parts that I got from Biggs NZ. Biggs does excellent quality work on that. And the shame of it all is there's some of these parts that you won't be able to see, but they will be a good accent for everything that I'm doing, and I'll show you why they may not be entirely visible here in a minute. Also, in this Strife, I've got the version 3.8 of the Select Fire Kit. I think version 6 was announced the day after I'd ordered this, and it hadn't started shipping yet at the time, but I'd ordered this and they said, oh yeah, they're coming out with version 6. Well, crap, I just ordered 3.8, but I think for what I'm doing, what I've got planned, 3.8 is going to work just fine. Then next up, from Ammo Counter, I've got the version 3 ammo counter. This will have a blue display that will match my colors of blue and black. I'll put this in there. And then I've got the blue voltmeter piece from Out of Darts that I'm going to put under the jam door. And then the piece de resistance, so to speak, is the Typhoon cage from Heston Systems. We'll be running Fang revamped motors that I purchased through them, but originated from Foam Blast. And this is a pretty good cage. I really like the look of it. I'm excited to use it and see what I get out of it. And then I hope the people at Heston don't take it as a personal affront, but I have printed a dart guide to go onto the cage, and the main reason that I'm doing that, I'm not worried about feeding with normal use, but where I'm planning on using the Select Fire Kit, I thought it would be good insurance to have a dart guide there to help make sure that darts went where they were supposed to. You know, if I was leaving it semi-auto, I wouldn't be a bit concerned. And then the last thing that I have to show you guys is the reason why these beautiful parts from Biggs NZ might not be as visible as I had hoped. Some of you guys may recognize some of these parts. When I get to the last bit, I'm pretty sure most of you will. kind of funny. The day after I ordered this, Captain Xavier had a video of getting this kit that he's going to use on a Strife build that he had. But this is the P4 kit from Arty Armory in Germany. I had seen a couple of videos, some other kits that they had done, some other people talking about stuff that they had made, and I thought, man, that's some pretty nice looking stuff. And I looked up and they had this that they call the P4 kit, and this kit, Captain Xavier was the first person I ever saw that actually had this kit, or at least here stateside. This is a German company. I really liked the form factor of it. It didn't necessarily make the Strife look like anything that was, you know, super militaristic or anything like that. But it gave it a look that was different than the Chris Vector, that was different from the AR kits, that was different from all the kits out there for the Strife. And that was one of the big selling points for me, was it was different than what everybody else had. You know, I value people's opinions on kits and things like that, but I don't want to go along with what just everybody else is doing. I like to have things that look a little bit different, that have a little bit different feel, have their own thing going on. And that was why I picked the P4 kit from Arty Armory. He doesn't have any in stock currently. I stalked his Etsy page for a couple of months, waiting for him to have some in stock at a time that I had the money to buy it. And it took me a little while to catch everything just right and to be able to order the kit. He does some fine work, has some good looking stuff on his page. He has a muzzle piece that Drac just featured in his latest Kronos build. He also sent one to Captain Xavier. I really like the look of it. The only thing that concerns me about that particular muzzle piece is where it replaces part of the front piece of your Kronos, depending on how it's made and how it goes into the shell. And I don't have one. I've not had a chance to try it out. I asked Captain Xavier in his video about it, and he didn't have any idea at that point. But my thing is where it replaces part of that front piece, it might excuse me, it might interfere with doing the 6-round mod on the front of the Kronos. But it's a very slick looking barrel piece. So I'll have links to things down in the description if I have anything that was particularly unique or anything like that. I'm in the process of putting my wife's loadout together. Some of you guys gave me some advice in my last video, and some people gave me some advice through Wacom's Discord. She has decided to go with a mediator. I want to put a slight spring upgrade in there because, you know, she has trouble priming some things. So we'll see where we get from there. And I think that with that, we're going to possibly have my first adventure in hydro dipping. So I'll have to keep you guys updated on how that plays out. Hopefully we can get all that done and get it ready in time for EndWar. But that's where I'm at right now. I'm going to try to record a video tomorrow and have it ready to post. This will go up just as soon as I get everything processed and get it uploaded, but next week I'm going to be out of pocket, so I'm going to try to shoot a video tomorrow or the next day and set it up to release next week for you guys, because I know I've had a little bit of a inconsistent upload schedule, we'll say. But thank you all for tuning in. If you're going to EndWar, you can drop a comment down in the description and let me know. I'm planning on going. Hope everything still plays out so that I can go. And if you're going, I hope to see you there. So this is Homely 665, wishing you a good day and telling you to keep flinging that foam.